God didn't talk to me. I'm going to divorce this woman. And she felt the same way. But I was embarrassed publicly, humiliated publicly. The Lord said, you can't leave.
Yes.
You have to go through it. This is of me. He had serious anger issues. And so we were physically abused because I felt broken. I felt confused. I knew something was wrong with me and where my life was also heading. The feeling of you are a failure after was pornography. I got exposed to porn between the same 13, 14, there about 14, 15. And that was an addiction. Even after giving my heart to Jesus, I struggled. Lust was a big thing, sexual immorality, and I felt no sense of purpose. Why am I really alive? I wanted to die, really. I struggled with suicidal thoughts. Many persons are ashamed of that God actually wants to use to bless others.
Yes.
Cut out the go-go poles.
Wow.
That, hey, you are valuable. You have something to offer.
Yes.
God loves you. I continued Bible school with my clothes in my bag. You really want to know?
I want to know exactly what you would say about
No, I'm going to sound prideful. She's going to say you're the best thing that happened to me.
Come on. He's a kingdom voice to the nations, having planted churches in several different countries, including Jamaica, United States, and the Cayman Islands. He carries a mandate for kingdom order and transformation. He's a true son of God, a beloved apostle, author, pastor, father, husband, and the list goes on. Apostle Courtney McLean, thank you so much for joining us, coming to our studio. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. We are going to dig right in. Okay? Are you ready?
Let's go.
We'll have a little fun. Okay? So relax. It's going to be great. All right. I always like to start at the beginning. Yeah? Tell us about young Courtney McLean. Like, where did you grow up? I mean, you know, a little bit about your siblings, maybe family, parents, kind of home you grew up in. What was the dynamic in your family?
All right. Nice question. All right. So I grew up in Spanish Town,
Okay.
Hampton Green. And we moved about quite a bit in the earlier years because my family struggled a lot. Daddy had a primary school education. Mommy had a less than a primary school education, both of them. But we used to live at Scarlett's Road. That's Marchman Road. We used to live off the Spanish Town bypass. We used to live in Hampton. We moved quite a bit. It was very, very difficult. But what I appreciate about my parents, even though poverty was there, they were quite ambitious and they were committed to making it work and to seeing to it that we came out well.
Yes.
Now that caused a level of abuse as well because my father, because of his passion,
Yes.
he had serious anger issues and so we were physically abused.
Yes.
It was when I became an adult that I recognized that the place that the abuse was coming from was not malicious at all.
Yes.
That was his way of saying, you guys will make it, Uno will not turn out bad.
By the hook or by the crook.
By the hook or by the crook. And so there was that level of aggression, but he was extremely ambitious, worked very hard. Before he got saved, he was a gambler. And so that compounded the situation. We suffered hunger consistently.
Yes.
He would lose, of course, more than he would win. And so the foundation was rough. 7 of us at one point in one bedroom. That was very hard. No bathroom was there. Kitchen was outside, bathroom was outside. So it was extremely difficult. But later on, this ambitious, struggling man built a 4-bedroom house, 3-bathroom,
Nice.
and we settled. All of us,
Nice.
by the way, had to work on it. All of us had
Yes,
to carry
that's okay.
blocks
That's
and
okay.
do everything.
The
and
family that works together stays together.
we're
Let's
still
use
together
that.
today. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I've grown to appreciate what the sacrifice and the commitment
Yes.
amidst the struggles and the difficulties
Yes.
and the complexities that came with
Yes.
that. Yeah.
But what kind of kid were you at maybe, let's say, 10, 12?
10, 12, I was quiet. I was hungry.
Where did you go to high school?
I went to Jonathan Grant.
Okay.
I went to Jonathan
Nice.
Grant, and then I got expelled from Jonathan Grant in grade 9.
What were you up to, sir? Tell us.
I
Expelled. Tell us, what were you up to?
don't know. I guess negative persons tend to, at that time, they were drawn to me. So I was in a little clique that wasn't good for the school.
Yes.
And I wasn't doing my work. At that time, my father had owned about 3 buses. He was doing very well. Couldn't read, couldn't write well, but was doing well.
Yes.
In my mind, when I went to school and I saw the teachers suffering, I'm counting
Wow.
thousands of dollars for my father, and he can't read well, can't write well. I didn't see where education
Wow.
would have made a difference. And so I
Wow.
didn't pay much attention to education. So after a while, they expelled me. Repeated high school, grade 9, a school that is no longer in existence, St. Joseph High School. That's off Collins Green
I remember St.
Avenue.
Joseph High School, yes.
Yes, I went there, repeated grade 9, and they expelled me before I completed grade 9.
But St. Joseph was kind of a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a tough school, but one where a lot of those who would have been expelled or suspended from school or maybe private students, they would go there. It was kind of a, something
Yeah, the
between a-
discipline was strong.
Yes.
They demanded more. The standard was higher as
Yes.
well. But I didn't finish grade 9 there. I started and I had to, they expelled me again. And then I went to Hart. I completed Hart.
I was going to say, don't tell me they expelled you there.
I completed Stone Hill Hart Academy.
Awesome.
Did accounts, computing, did some, but that's where I met Jesus really. That's
Ooh.
where my life turned.
That's actually my next question, by the way.
Okay, you want us to go into that?
Go right ahead. You're
All right,
you're right
so
there.
so I started Hart, and when I started Hart, again, these guys,
You're attracted to you.
yes,
You somehow attract these elements.
As I remember, we jumped the fence. We decided we're calling school. We jumped the fence, and we were under a tent, and we pooled money together and buy corned beef and bread, and we're eating. And I don't know, it seemed as if I was the leader. I'm not sure. So I took half the bread and I gave them the rest and said, share this up for you guys. And they gave more money, and it was
Oh my God.
hell and powder house under the tent. They started cursing, swearing, wanting to kill me, and I gave one of them a knife, and I said, do it.
Oh my gosh.
Do
I
it.
dare you.
Do it. But you know, simple as you take it, that's where the conviction came, because I associated the tent with God. I grew up in Sunday school,
Yes.
so I associated the tent with, this is a place of worship.
Yes.
And I am instigating, I'm the one causing these guys to be swearing, leaving school, under the tent, doing all of it. And that's after that, I was convicted. And I gave my heart to Jesus shortly thereafter, but we'll get into that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shortly after that.
So my mother went to a crusade, and I accompanied her because I felt broken. I felt confused. I knew something was wrong with me and where my life was also heading.
You were
So
about what age at that time?
at that time, I was about 17. I was
Okay.
about 17 now. And so between 13, 14, and 17, I was out of school. And then I went to Stony Hill. Then I accompanied my mother to church. I think it was Bishop Wellesley Blair who was preaching at a crusade. And I remember the message clearly. He said, if Jesus Christ is not the answer, then tell me what or who is the answer. And based on the fact that my life, I felt confused, my life was broken, I felt no sense of purpose. Why am I really alive? I wanted to die, really. I struggled with suicidal thoughts. as a child, because as far as I was concerned at the time, my life was meaningless, and dying seemed better than living, because living was extremely painful.
What do you think contributed to that?
Purposelessness. There was this emptiness, the feeling of you are a failure. Your life doesn't make any sense. And then the pressure was coming also from my dad. Physical abuse was coming from him. Again, he meant well. My life was going nowhere. I was wasting it.
Yes.
And he was trying to help.
That was his way of communicating that to you.
Not the right way.
Yes.
And so I just wanted to die. And, it's interesting that many of us, those negative situations, they actually drive us towards God. And so I went to church, gave my heart to Jesus, and that's where the journey of Christianity began.
Awesome. Yes. Life transformation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So did you, or let me ask you this though. Yes, the journey began, but what are some of the maybe silent battles that you had to face as a young Christian? And of course, you overcame them.
Yes.
What are some of those?
Yes. All right. So there was this, again, the thoughts of suicide and hopelessness. That was one of them that was very, very big. And it took me a while before I got over that, before I recognized that, hey, you are valuable.
Yes.
You have something to offer.
Yes.
God loves you irrespective of your messed up life.
Yes.
He loves you in your mess, and he has a plan for you. And so after a while, I came into that. But the biggest struggle after was pornography. I got exposed to porn between the same 13, 14, there about 14, 15, and that was an addiction. And so even after giving my heart to Jesus, I struggled. Lust was a big thing, sexual immorality, and I remember clearly deciding I really, really want to follow Jesus. But I'm telling you, oh my God,
yes,
the addiction to wanting that kind of a life and pushing down that path, it really had me.
Yeah.
I remember sharing with my pastor. I said, I don't know if I'm going to make it. This is how I feel. And I don't know if I don't know if I can handle this. I think I'm going back. And he said, no, you won't. And he encouraged me, and we talk openly. We were able to speak frankly, and there was no judgment. He didn't condemn me. A matter of fact, if anything, he said, me and you in the same boat. But the fact that there was no judgment,
yes,
and he was more encouraging me that, hey, you'll get through this.
Yes.
It is a natural desire for you to want to be sexually engaged. It's just that you have to control that. You can't let it control you.
Absolutely.
And so I remember praying and talking to God about my struggles, my challenges. And I remember clearly, thank God for my mom. My mom was the opposite of dad. So she was that calm, reassuring voice that was always encouraging, always there. At that time, I was cursing, I was drinking, I was addicted to alcohol. I was a mess. My mom came, Courtney, I want for you to pray for your aunt because she's experienced serious witchcraft attack. And I'm like, me? But I dare not say no to mom.
Wow.
And that prayer brought a change. I repented because I know my life wasn't right. And I genuinely prayed for my mom, my aunt.
Your aunt.
And after praying for my aunt, I couldn't stop praying.
Ooh.
Something happened to me right there, right? I had an encounter.
Ooh.
Because before I prayed, I genuinely repented. I said, God, we struggle. We have things, we have issues. Forgive us, cleanse us. But I couldn't stop. I said, God, many times we try to keep ourselves. And then the Holy Spirit took over. And I heard myself praying things, and I know
oh my God,
that wasn't really me. I said, but you are the one who is able to keep us from falling. And so I commit myself to you because I feel like I can't keep myself anymore.
Yes.
And there was liberation because I was doing what he was supposed to do.
Yes,
He's
yes.
our keeper.
Yes.
You can't keep yourself.
You can't.
He's our keeper. He's the one that is able to hold
Yes.
us in the hollow of his hands.
Yes.
And watch this. I fell off the chair. I started sweating. I don't know how much you want me to say, but I started
No, man,
bringing
give
up
it to
some
us.
stuff.
Give it to
I
us.
started bringing up some stuff.
Whoa.
And I got up.
Whoa.
And I kid you not, at that time, I remember clearly there was this young girl I was talking to, and I was like, this girl is it. But that relationship was full of lust. It wasn't right. She was
Yes.
an ungodly girl. And I wanted out, but I didn't know how to get out. It's like I had two of me.
Yes.
Yeah. But after that prayer, I got up and I was able to, I'm just remembering, it wasn't only her. I was talking about 4 girls at that time. At that time, I got up and I was able to call everybody and to say, I'm going to follow Jesus.
Ooh.
This connection is over. It doesn't
wow.
please God.
Yes.
And that was where the shift began.
Yes.
So that struggle was real. And up to today, I'm able to use it to help young people
Yes.
because I understand their struggle as
Yes.
well. And it's important to be vulnerable and to be transparent
Yes.
and don't act as if from the day you got saved up to this point, there was no struggle
And
you've been perfect.
Yes.
Because I realized something. The enemy causes the struggles to destroy you. God allows them to build you.
Yes.
It is resistance that yields strength. And so it is what many persons are ashamed of that God actually wants to use to bless others.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And as you're saying, you're able now to minister to other young
Yes,
men
yes.
because of those struggles that you had and overcame.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So when was it, or I should ask you, when was the defining moment, or might have been a season when you first felt that you were called to ministry?
What's interesting is when I was going to, as a child, before 10,
Yes.
so daddy got saved early, stopped gambling, and daddy was strong. Everybody had to go to church, and everybody had to read the Bible, and everybody had to, and he was, my house, you have to. And so that planted good seeds in us. And I realized I started preaching before I was 10. Yeah, I would imitate my pastor and I would preach and we would play church. I would preach. And it was, I still remember those days. But then after I left Stony Hill and that encounter that I had under the tent, negative thing that happened, but that led to something positive, I started Bible school. No, I did not start Bible school. I did not start Bible school because I wanted to become a preacher. There was this hunger
To learn.
to learn. I wanted to know more about God. I wanted to have a solid foundation. And during the second year of Bible school, a pastor came from Zimbabwe and he said, you are called.
What
You're
school was
called.
that? What Bible school
This
was
is
that?
Jamaica Open Bible Institute. He said, you're called. You're called to be a pastor. You're going to shepherd many. God is going to use you mightily. He said, don't worry about money. God is going to bless you. You're going to have substance and people will know this could not be Courtney. This has to be God. And I fell on the floor, ball, that. When I went home, my father said, boy, you have to leave the house.
You have to pack up and leave?
Yes.
What?
And I was now,
Called, but you have to leave.
oh, yeah. And so somebody told me you could stay in this house. And I mean, the house had no window in it. It had,
What did you do for that to happen?
he wanted me, so he had 3 buses.
Yes.
Now going on the bus reminded me of where I was coming from. And I didn't believe I was strong enough to resist the girls because there's something about girls and bus.
Yes.
And whenever I went out there, I felt like I was going right back where I was coming from. And so I said, Daddy, I don't want to do this anymore. And he said, no, if you want to stay here, you're now an adult. If you want to stay here, you have to go.
So what were you driving the bus or
Or
everything?
I was doing everything, driving, collecting, supervising it, ensuring the other drivers hand over the money to me. And then we had a big fallout and things just got haywire.
Yes.
But so I was living in this house. no windows, no electricity. It had grill, but I mean, if the rain fell, it would.
Wow.
It,
Blow
it
right
was.
in.
It was terrible. It was really terrible. And what made it worse? One day I was walking, and somebody came and said, "Are you Courtney? Are you the one that lives in X place?" I said, "Yes." "Who gave you permission? That's my house. I'm calling the police."
Oh my goodness.
Like, oh my God. I said, "It's okay. It's okay.
I'll
go.
leave."
I'll go because the person who told me to stay told me that they were in charge. So it's okay. I'll go. So, I mean, much negative experience. But what was powerful for me is that I pressed into prayer. I pushed in meditation, and I had more encounters with God in those painful seasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. What a story. What a story. I mean, 1 minute you're called, the next second you're well, I guess homeless. You have to leave.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. My dad came back after and he said, "You can't come back home. Come back home." And I said, "No, Daddy."
What did you
"No,
do?
Daddy."
Where did you go?
I started, Jamaicans would call it bounce about. Because I said, if I come back, you're going to just, what's going to stop you from just telling me to leave again?
Yes.
I said, I'm going to fly.
Yes.
I'm going to fly. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
Stayed with an aunt, stayed at a friend. I continued Bible school with my clothes in my bag. I didn't stop because I really sense that call.
Yes.
So I didn't stop. I had no money. I was looking for jobs. I got driving jobs. And I mean, I remember the first place I rented that I was in charge of. I still remember it. My aunt was migrating, and that mattress that she gave me, I still remember it. I don't know if you remember the mattress with the wire in it.
I do.
I couldn't turn. And there was just a lot of...
Get a joke.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, that was it. But that was my first little room that I rented. And I lived there, roaches crawling over me. It was deplorable.
Whoa.
But that was my space.
Yes.
That was my space. And then I moved from that to a better space. And then after that, I got married. And I moved into a better space.
Come on now.
And I kept going from glory to glory.
Come on now. Love it. Love that. So take us back to the story of how Worship and Faith International Fellowship began.
Wow. All right. So I'm originally from Open Bible.
Yes.
And I was an evangelist for Open Bible. And then I started a church at Inwood High School. And it was doing very, very well. It was doing very, very well. Known as one of the fastest Open Bible churches at the time. And then God started having dreams, started having visions. Or maybe I should go deeper. I had a conflict with my pastor. I love him dearly.
These things happen.
I love him dearly.
Yes.
You know, God works through different things.
Yes.
And that's the truth. He works through different things.
Yes.
So I had a conflict with my pastor. It didn't go so well. I wanted to leave. And God said, "You can't leave. You didn't call yourself. I called you." But I was embarrassed publicly, humiliated publicly. And I'm like, oh, am I going to pastor these persons when I'm humiliated publicly? But the Lord said, "You can't leave.
Yes.
You have to go through it. This is of me. I am working in your life. I am building you."
Yes.
And so I stayed. I humbled myself. Then later on, I started getting dreams. I started getting visions, all indicating that I was in the wrong place and I needed to move. So, in other words, after I yielded and I wasn't leaving out of offense or rebellion,
You learned the lesson. You
grew from it.
Yes.
Then now he said, it's time.
Time to move.
And so I wrote a letter of resignation, thanking the organization for the invaluable experience I had and all I learned and stuff like that. And of course, they called me into meetings. "No, we don't want you to go." But I said, based on the dreams, I really believe I should. It's time, and I really appreciate you.
Yes.
And thank God for, what's his name? I'll tell you his name in a minute. Reverend Alston Henry. He came, he was the general superintendent at the time, and I bless God for this. He came, they had a send-off for me, and he blessed myself and my wife,
Yes.
and
they
told
released
us
you.
we are released. And then I started WAFIF,
Yes.
Worship
Yes.
and Faith International Fellowship.
Yes.
That, by the way, was a nightclub, the place that we used first.
Is it?
It was a it was a go-go club.
Wow.
And we had to consecrate that. Somebody just came and said, I believe you're going to be starting a church. You could start here.
Wow.
Yes. And I went there, consecrated it, 10 days of fasting and prayer, cleaned it out, cut out the go-go poles.
Wow. Wow.
And then we started having service. My family was with me at the time, my same father.
Yes, of course. Of course.
By the way, he told me, you're wasting your time going to Bible school. That's what he said. But he became one of my most loyal members.
Yes. Yes.
And
Is he still a member of WAFIF today?
yes, he's overseas. He's in the Florida church.
Wow.
And he serves.
Yes.
He's in his 70s, and I bless God for him.
Yes.
Life is
Awesome.
interesting. Life is interesting.
Yes.
So we started WAFIF right there. Started working, started pushing, and the church just kept growing.
Yeah.
It kept
Yeah.
growing. It kept growing.
Yes.
Yes. Until after 3 years, we managed to purchase our own property, and God kept connecting me with different persons who would challenge me to see ministry a different way and to do more.
Yes.
And so when the enemy wants to destroy your life, he sends somebody. And when God wants to elevate you, he sends somebody.
as
So
well.
pay attention to those that God is sending. And sometimes when he sends them, it will be awkward because it will make you feel as if you are not there yet. And many people pull back from that as opposed to leaning into that. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's like dropping some gems right there. Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a leader like yourself, talking about God sending someone, who are some of your mentors?
All right. So the person I'm accountable to today is Apostle Maldonado from King Jesus Ministry
Yes.
out of Miami. And he's overseeing thousands of pastors. And so I got connected to him maybe about 8 years ago, I believe. And that changed my life because he's heavy on evangelism.
Yes.
He's heavy on impacting the globe.
Yes.
And so that challenged me.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, one day I went to visit him and he said, no. You need to start churches and you need to do it now. So every pastor needs a pastor. Every leader needs a leader.
Absolutely.
And you need somebody who can really talk to you and rough you up if you need to be roughed up. But I find that most people, they want to be in authority, but they don't want to be under any authority.
Yeah.
And that's foolish.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that's hypocritical. That's not right.
It is.
Because pastors are asking members to submit.
Down.
But who do you submit to, Mr. Pastor?
Absolutely. It's a question I like to ask.
Yeah.
It's
a good question.
Hence me asking you that.
It's a very good question.
I really do believe that.
It's a very good question.
Leaders need leaders.
Yeah.
Who do you turn to
Yes.
when you're not so sure? I mean, other than
Yes.
our Father, of course. Of turning to the Lord, yes, we know this. Who do you turn to? Who can you call
Yes.
when, maybe something in your marriage, when you're not so sure of how to navigate this situation with your wife or with the church or with other leaders in the church? Who do you turn to? Who speaks into your life?
I'm happy you opened that up because may I?
Yes, please.
I want to say to pastors and I want to say to leaders, authority coupled with humility is one of the greatest things that you can have. And so for me, you have to know yourself to grow yourself.
Amen.
If you don't know yourself, so I'm aware I was damaged.
Yes.
I'm aware I grew up with an angry father, battled insecurity. Those things don't just leave you like that.
Yes.
And so I saw myself as an angry father, even though I said I would never be like my father. I saw myself struggling in different areas. And what did I do? Just like I encourage people to get counseling, I went to a counselor.
Yes.
I went to a therapist. I paid my money. I unpacked stuff because that's important. Because my spiritual father is not always going to have the time where certain things are concerned. But you are responsible for your soul.
You have to put the word.
You are responsible for your heart. You must guard it. You must ensure that it's okay. everybody went through something, and hurt people hurt other people.
Absolutely.
And if you don't get healed,
Yeah. Yeah.
you are going to wound your members, you're going to wound your wife, and you're going to wound your children.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean it's coming from a bad place. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means you have stuff that you didn't deal with, and they will never leave you.
Yes.
There's a little boy and a little girl trapped in every leader that is crying out to be healed.
Yes.
And if you don't attend to that, you're going to find yourself hurting your children, hurting those in particular who are close to you.
Yeah, the closest ones to you.
Yeah.
Amen. Let's be real as we talk about challenges.
Yeah.
I've heard you say personally that you've had challenges in terms of the husband you were, but what I would say, what has led to you being, as I would say, the Ephesians 5 husband that you became?
Yeah.
What was the turning point for that for you?
I mean, negative things are powerful.
Yes.
When I saw the marriage my dad had, I didn't want that. And so once I started church and I realized they were having marriage conference, but it's not married people alone, they were opening it too. It was open. I started attending conferences early. And so I got exposed to what the model looked like. Mm-hmm. And so because there was something else in my subconscious. And so I needed to be reprogrammed. And so I invested a lot in conferences, workshops. I kept going, so much so that when I got married and I was giving my speech, I remember I got married at 23. And the pastor asked, why are you getting in this when so many people getting out? I said, because I have something to prove. I want to prove that the Bible works and it's possible to have a happy marriage and not something that you're enduring, but something you're enjoying.
Yes.
And it's 28. This is my 28th year.
Yes.
And there's something sweet, sweet, bad.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean I didn't go through bad and rough and difficult challenges. I've gone through seasons where I felt like God didn't talk to me. I'm going to divorce this woman. And she felt the same way. But there was this commitment and this thing that kept us looking for answers.
Yes.
Trying to find solutions. Every challenge you face is something that you shouldn't just go through, but you should grow through.
Yes.
And so there was a lot of growth that took place with me based on the challenges I faced.
Do you believe that commitment is probably one of the most important ingredients for a great marriage?
Definitely. Commitment is, if it's not the greatest, it is one of.
Yes.
It's one of the greatest, because I've been through moments when I felt like I should leave.
Yes.
And I believe I would have been justified in leaving.
At least so you thought.
So I thought.
Right.
And that commitment, I have something to prove. Christian marriages can be successful.
Yes.
You can. There's something that needs to be changed with me, or I am the. I call myself the CEO of the marriage. So I'm the leader. I need to call the board meetings, and I need to work things through.
Ask the right questions.
And at one point we started actually doing that in the marriage. We would sit down and we would take minutes and we would have the agenda and we would say, all right, let's stop for today. We continue next week. Because in that professional atmosphere, you deal with each other with mutual respect. Because sometimes we throw all the principles that we apply on our jobs out the window as it relates to our marriage.
Yes.
And so I started applying those principles rather than telling my wife. I said, okay, there's a challenge here. What do you believe would be some possible solutions? As opposed to going in the meeting with, I have it figured out, this is it. And that kind of approach really, really, as I said, we grew through it.
Yes, absolutely. Your wife, your gorgeous wife.
She's amazing.
Gorgeous wife.
She's
Reverend,
my great support.
Yes,
blessing,
Nadine
such
McCann.
a blessing.
What would she say about you today?
You really want to know?
I want to know exactly what you would say about me.
No, I'm gonna sound prideful. She's
No.
gonna say you're the best thing that happened to me.
Come on, sir.
She's gonna say
Come
you're
on.
the best thing that
Come
happened
on.
to me.
Absolutely.
She would say that.
Yes.
Because I protect her, I cover, I love her dearly.
Yes. And I'm sure
And
she'd
there's
say the same about
nothing
you.
that I wouldn't do. I protect her from church people. I say, I'm gonna leave my wife.
Yes.
She doesn't want to preach.
Yes.
You know, everybody think church pastor, your pastor's wife must preach. Lead this. I say, I'm gonna leave her alone.
That's right. She wants to be a wife.
She wants to be a wife, and she wants to support me and to push me. She can preach.
Yes.
But she doesn't enjoy it. She doesn't feel called to it.
Yes.
And I don't believe anybody should be pressuring anybody, because it is the Lord who
Not
works
at all.
in us.
Yes,
both
what
to
we
will and to do.
Absolutely.
So if she doesn't have that, it's fine.
That's fine.
It's
Absolutely.
fine. Without her doing what she does, I wouldn't be able to do what I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What would you say marriage has taught you that you'd love to teach to the next generation?
Marriage has taught me that we shouldn't judge. We should listen to understand instead of listening to respond. That we should become safe people. That persons can tell just about anything and we remain unshockable. And when you understand where someone is coming from, that helps with patience. It helps with, because you will know this is not coming from a malicious place.
Yes.
You know, I used to think that there are some things you just get over. Every negative situation that you have experienced helps to form the personality that you have.
Yeah.
And so I understand how it's important for us to have people who really understand us.
Yeah.
And we don't have to pretend. It's okay for me to be me. And that's what marriage is for me. That's what it is for my wife. And it's just a beautiful thing. I understand her.
Yes.
She understands me.
Awesome.
And that understanding now allows for patience, allows for the giving of grace, instead of just being hard and judgmental.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Who said I love you first?
Me.
Ah.
Me.
Of course, me. Of
Me.
course.
Me. That was when I got kicked out of school. I saw her in the bus. Grade 9, I remember. And I was looking at her and she's like, why is this man looking at me like that? And then I checked her out and
Yeah. Where did you take your wife on your first date?
Wow. I don't remember clearly, but there's a plaza halfway tree somewhere there. As a matter of fact, that's where I also proposed to her. Right
What?
there in the big mall. I got down on my knees and I said, I want for you to marry me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Where did you take her on your last date?
The last date, there was a surprise. I surprised her by taking her to Sandals.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you guys have like a regular date night?
We used to, but she's gonna get me for this.
She's gonna say, you see?
Yeah. We used to. But I mean, we do a lot together.
Yes.
So we do a lot together. Some mornings we're exercising together.
Yes.
And then if we feel like, no, this is going on too long now, we said, all right, let's go for dinner alone.
Yes.
Leave the children, you know? Yeah. But
Okay.
there was a time when Mondays would have been just our time.
Yes.
Monday evenings, our time.
Yes.
That has gotten
whatever,
but
we'll get back to that some other day, right? Okay. What word individually would each of your children, Dominic, Deborah, and Daniel, say about their daddy?
And Davian, my nephew now lives with me, so he's a part of the family. He's
and
Davian.
of course Davian. Okay.
Yes.
What word individually would each of them say about daddy?
Workaholic.
Okay. Who'd say that?
Maybe Deborah.
Okay.
Disciplinarian. Maybe Daniel. fun-loving, maybe Dominique, and Davian. What would Davian say? I'm not sure what Davian would say.
Okay.
I'm not
Maybe
sure
a little bit of all of those. Maybe.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So fatherhood, what changed in your life when you became a father?
That sense of responsibility, not wanting my children to suffer as I did, wanting to lay a solid foundation for them financially and spiritually. So that sense of I am responsible to protect and to nurture these individuals that God has lent me.
Yes.
And so that it caused me to grow. I'm always growing. If there's a problem, I'm always trying to figure out how am I going to work this so that Deborah is more developed. So that and one of the principles that I've used, for example, is I don't want to think for them. I want to teach them to think. So and I allow them to make mistakes so that the mistakes are not a life sentence but a learning experience. Stuff like that, you know.
Yes. When did you realize that your calling, though, was not just pastoral but apostolic, to build, to activate, to shift culture even? Wow. And how do you carry that weight, by the way?
Wow, that's a good one. I think that just happened. As the ministry grew, persons started reaching out for mentorship. And then I realized that with this growth, I can't be doing everything by myself. I need to be. John Maxwell helped with that. A good leader is not just leading people; he's leading leaders.
Yes.
He's building leaders. Yes. And one of the most powerful things that you can do is to leave that legacy of leadership. And so when I shifted my focus, when I recognized, oh, Jesus spent more time with his disciples than with the crowd. Okay, to empower them so that they could multiply and do more than he himself did. And so that when that revelation came, that shifted my focus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. That brings us to the end of that segment. We're moving to our Connect segment. A little bit different. So we're going to be asking you some rapid fire questions, coming at you quick. Okay. You're going to come back at me just the same. Don't overthink it. Okay? All right, let's go. Early bird or late night intercessor?
Late night.
Okay. Coffee, tea, or just straight Holy Ghost energy? How are you staying up with this?
Water.
Okay, neither. Okay, water. All right. What is the best book you read in 2025?
I'm in a member.
All right, no problem. Favorite Jamaican comfort food after like a long ministry day?
I love ackee and saltfish. I love ackee and saltfish.
Nice. First meal your wife cooked for you? She's not gonna be happy.
I remember the first meal I cooked for her, and it was burnt.
It wasn't. I hope you haven't tried that again. Don't try that ever. Okay, so suit and tie or kingdom casual?
Suit and tie.
Okay. One book every Christian leader must read.
Every Christian leader, I believe. Wow. It's I like The Compound Effect.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a Christian book, but I would say it works in every sphere.
Yes.
I believe it's the best book I've ever read.
Okay.
The Compound Effect.
Awesome. Okay, let's go. Most used phrase when you're preaching? Come on. That should be easy. Come on.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm sure your members would.
They would do it. They would be.
Okay, you spoke about working out with your wife. Are you a gym rat or you're working out at home?
At home.
At home. Okay, great. If you weren't in ministry, what other calling would you be walking in?
I'd be a mentor. I just do leadership, mentoring people, raising people.
Yes.
It's similar to what I'm doing with ministry.
Okay. Awesome. One thing we'd all be surprised to know about you.
Yo!
Come on, tell us. Don't
That
hold
I
back.
chew food and put in my children's mouth. Up to today.
Okay, cool.
Or I run them down and put booger on them.
Oh my gosh.
Edit.
No, we're not editing it. We love that. Love that. Love that. A true daddy, right? Absolutely. All right. So we're going to now move into our engaged segment. Very simple. It's a little game. And so this one is called Quick Draw. It's the leadership edition. So you're going to choose an option and no explanations unless I ask you to.
Okay.
Just choose one real quickly. Don't overthink it either. Yes? Okay. So build or restore. Which assignment pulls you more?
Build.
Okay. I'm not going to ask why. I think we're getting that already.
Build.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. Prophetic flow or apostolic strategy. What activates you first?
Prophetic flow.
Why?
Why? Because there's just always been that hunger to flow prophetically, start there, and you are able to activate people after.
Awesome. Okay. Prayer mountain or street evangelism? Where do you feel the strongest fire?
Prayer mountain.
Why?
You can't do the evangelism if you don't pray first.
Everything comes out of that.
It comes from prayer.
Amen. Amen. So mentoring men or equipping families, which stirs your heart more right now in this season?
The one that pains and stores is mentoring men. Because if you win the male, the family is going to be alive.
Yes, absolutely. Very good one. Revival fire or kingdom order? What do you believe Jamaica needs most in this season?
Forgive me, I'm going to marry them. You need both.
Okay.
The revival is the awakening, but then you need the order after people. They would have been awakened.
Yeah. Okay.
So I believe you need both.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. So that takes us into our impact segment. You passed the test.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
No, we're aiming for our more difficult questions. Well, this is what they say. We don't know. We just make the questions,
Let's see.
All right. So how do you discern between the difference between personal ambition and divine assignment? Yeah?
That's a very good one. Divine assignment comes through revelation, and personal ambition, it comes through, most of the times, insecurity, jealousy, striving. But when you have so the truth is that I don't believe you can have an authentic vision until you sacrifice everything that you desire and put it on the altar and say, Lord, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You show me what you want me
Yes.
to do. I had to do that with Wafif
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Everything that God gives you, He generally asks you to sacrifice
Absolutely.
it because it can become an idol.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's how you know if you're in ambition or vision. Can you let it
Yes.
go?
Yes.
Can you walk away?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's very good. What is one area where you believe the Jamaican church must evolve to meet God's next move?
Yeah. I believe the Jamaican church must evolve from religiosity. And so we have to realize that God is always on the move. God is always on the move. That's why He was in a tent. That's why He was in the ark that they carried on their shoulders. So just as you think you have God figured out,
Come on.
He's shifting. And so I believe that many people are killing the move of God because they're doing what God said.
Yeah.
But they are not in sync with what God is saying. So the same God who said, Abraham, sacrifice this son, is the same God who said, do not touch him.
Come on.
And so if you're not in that place of intimacy, you are going to miss
What He's saying.
And you kill the
Holding
move
on to
of
what He
God
said.
because you're doing what God said. So it's just critically important that I never get old.
Yes.
And we don't have to get old.
That's so good.
Do not let an old person in your body. Pastors, remain young. Remain young. Remain youthful. That's how God wants you to be. He wants you to be at that place where you're always in the now move of God. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
He is a now God, eh?
He is a now God.
Yes, a right now God. How do you balance public leadership with that same private intimacy we're talking about, being on top of the mountain? How do you balance the two? How do you know when to come down from the mountain?
Yes. I mean, it is a system.
Yes.
It's a system. If you look at Mark 1, Jesus went, he extended himself for the multitude, and then he withdrew.
Yes.
So that's my week. Every week,
Yes.
that's my week. And quarterly, there's a sabbatical. So systemize to optimize.
Nice.
You'll never optimize your life without systems. And when you look at the life of Jesus, he had systems. Do not wait until the thing is on red to go to the gas station. Just do the servicing
Don't
based
wait
on the
until
schedule.
the marriage pop down to repair it.
No. So invest. Anything you don't invest in will die.
Yes.
Do not wait until it's falling apart. Then you are trying to go put something together. You are a joker. You're not a serious person.
Love that.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Which one?
You're a joker.
You are a joker.
Not
You're not a serious person.
Come on.
So we say we value family. We say we value our children. But it is your schedule that reflects your value.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's at the top of your schedule?
If you want to spell love, it is spelled Time. Whatever you
Especially
spend
for
time
children.
with, that's what you love.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you
Yes.
tell me you love your children, but when I look at your schedule, I'm not seeing it. No. If you tell me you love your spouse, but your schedule doesn't reflect it, no, you don't.
You're lying.
You are lying to yourself.
yourself.
And the day you stop lying to yourself is the day your life starts changing. Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
You're dropping gems, Apostle.
I thank
my
God. I
gosh.
thank God.
Wow, the day you stop lying to yourself is the day your life changes.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's true.
Love that.
It's true.
That is so true. That is so true. Wired to win.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
It's impacting lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
I am
impacting
happy.
lives. Yeah.
I'm happy.
I see it. It's impacting lives. Why do you feel a ministry like this is so important at this time?
Because I believe the church embraces spirituality while neglects principles.
Yeah.
So the church wants prophetic prophecy and ignore principles. And you can't get prophecy fulfilled while you neglect principles. Wired to Win is about principles. Lord spoke to me years ago. He said, we were born to win.
Yes.
But believe it or not,
We're not winning.
most of us were cultured to fail. So Wired to Win is understanding that the way you were raised, whether you like it or not, you learned more subconsciously than what people said to you.
Absolutely.
And so that subconscious thing is programmed in you. So if you understand the mind, understand how life works, then you would spend time to reprogram yourself for what you desire. Because many of us, we are conflicted within while we are trying to achieve without. And a double-minded man is unstable in his ways. So you want to get your subconscious mind to be aligned now with your prefrontal cortex, with that decision making. Because most of our decisions, believe it or not, they are made from our subconscious.
Yeah.
And so it's when you reprogram yourself. Oh, yes. So I had to tell myself, I'm not poor. I'm temporarily out of cash, but I'm not poor.
Yes.
I'm wealthy.
Yes.
I am amazing.
Yes.
I am sharp.
Yes.
You grew up hearing you black like not anything too black, never good. I am tall, dark, and handsome. Well, somebody might say I'm not tall, but I'm taller than my wife.
And that's good enough.
And that's good enough.
That's all that matters.
So it's about reprogramming yourself. That's what Wired to Win is about.
Yes.
Creating a culture for success. James Clear says, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So Wired to Win is about the systems necessary for the success desire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And again, it's impacting lives.
Oh yeah, and you realize I'm perked up when you talk about Wired to Win.
Of course, absolutely. So, let me ask you this: with a growing church in Old Harbor, the Christian College, the Academy, why do you think it was necessary to plant WAFIF Kingston, Florida, the Cayman Islands, and all the others. And you now have 9 different branches, is that
Yes,
right?
yes. Because in the intro, I think you left out London.
Yes,
So
no,
we're
there are a few
Yes,
the
yes,
other
yes.
countries. Yes,
Yes,
so
yes,
and all of those, you have 9 different branches. Why do you think it was necessary to do that?
Because that's what leaders do.
Yes,
Raise up, empower, and release.
yes,
So that someone can now go and become.
yes,
And there is a people group that I believe each of us are called to reach, and no one will reach them as effectively as
on their
you,
own. Yes,
because those are the persons you
yes,
are called to reach. And so my philosophy is you raise up and you release.
yes,
Multiply. Multiply. I used to think we don't need more churches. I used to, but not anymore. As long as we have so many sinners out there, we
Yeah.
need more.
yes.
We need, if all the sinners attend the church we would need more churches.
That
Yeah.
is true.
Yeah.
That is true. So talking about wired to win and systems, our families are failing, our marriages are failing, marriages are under attack. And the attack oftentimes starts with our men. Yeah? Starts with our men. So as you lead men and equip families, what core messages are you hoping to impart in, and of course, what specifically would you say to men today about their roles in the homes and, of course, in their families?
Most men are in the grind. They are in the hustle. Jim Rohn said, he says you must work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And most men are working harder to provide and to keep the thing together, but they are neglecting their personal discipleship. Hence the problem that we're having. The day our men start paying attention to their own development, everything rises and falls on leadership. Things are going to start changing around them. So one of the things I did that shifted WAFIF is I would go to WAFIF. I went to WAFIF 18 months, every Saturday, 5 a.m. What am I doing? Mentoring men, discipling men. And you want to see 50 men, 70 men showing up 5 a.m. To go through a book on discipleship, to go through a book on how to be a great husband, to go to a book on how to raise children, to look at how to manage money, how to deal with hard times, how to make my life count. All of these are discipleship points that I believe every man has concern with. Sexual purity. How do you master that? I just started a program last Saturday wherein every man a pure warrior. So that's one of the greatest programs I've done, every man a warrior. And now you have every man a pure warrior. So I'm challenging men. What you're looking for is in your development. And development is not one-dimensional. You develop for work, but are you developed spiritually? You need to be developed as a husband. You need to be developed biblically as a father. You need to be developed in terms of managing your money, dealing with art, and all of that. So discipleship is the master key, and that's what Jesus did.
Yes.
He focused more on discipling men, and then the men would now go and create that shift in the home.
Yeah, brilliant. What legacy do you hope that your ministry leaves for your children and your spiritual sons and daughters?
Yeah. It's a legacy of stability in the home, stable homes. I want to see persons becoming cutting edge in terms of in society, integrating with society, and being kingdom people representing in the different sphere, the different mountains.
Yeah.
I want to see persons empowered like that. I am also seeing WAFIF having some of the youngest pastors ever. I want my young people to take over. I want them to become our leaders and just impact their generation, because after a while they're going to lose that influence. So that legacy of empowering young people, creating a space for them where they can express themselves, that's important.
Yes. So the academy.
WAFIF Academy of Excellence? Yes.
Tell us about it.
So because I dropped out of school,
Yes.
WAFIF Academy started with the intention to allow those who dropped out of the regular system to have a place where they would come, pay no school fee, and they would have a second, third, or fourth chance. So while they're there, we have the ministers now going over, the Wired to Win coaches going over and mentoring them. Because the real reason why we fall out of the system is because we're broken people.
Yes.
And we need that kind of a support. So that's what WAFIF Academy of Excellence is
Awesome.
about.
Awesome
And
stuff.
I love it. I
Yes,
love it.
awesome. If you could speak one prophetic encouragement over Jamaica right now, what would it be?
Everything rises and falls on leadership. I want us to start taking responsibility and stop having the mindset of victims. Every one of us, not pointing to the government should take responsibility. The police force should take responsibility. Wherever you're leading, where blaming is lame. Once you are blaming, it's lame to blame.
Yes.
Take responsibility for whatever is under your rulership, your leadership. Take responsibility for where your spiritual life is. And I believe the day we start doing that, we're going to see a shift. Don't blame your parents for where you are.
Come on.
Don't blame the government for how
Come
things
on.
are. Take responsibility. If it is to be,
Yeah.
it's up to
Begin
me.
with you, yeah.
It's up to
Yeah,
me.
absolutely.
And I believe while it might not sound spiritual, I believe that's where it is.
Yes.
Taking responsibility.
Yes, that's good. What would you like your own legacy to be? I don't want to say maybe 50 years from now. What would you like your legacy to be? What should we remember you by?
The leaders who invested in raising leaders. The leader who invested in raising leaders. And so, can you imagine if I'm gone and I have leaders still investing and making leaders, releasing people, raising them, empowering
Perpetual.
people? That's the key.
Yes.
Leadership. Do you know that when the word government and leadership was first mentioned, it wasn't mentioned in context of a country. It was mentioned in the context of leading your life. And then as you lead that life, it spills over in the society.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, good stuff. So this podcast is all about inspiring kingdom impact, inspiring others to make a kingdom impact. How do you define kingdom impact in your own life?
Wow. Kingdom impact. For me, it is looking at a Dennisford Savory who came to WAFIF as a womanizer, as someone who was poor. But the impact took place. And this man became a great father, stable husband,
Wow.
now has 3 businesses,
Wow.
and his children are doing very, very well right now. For me, that's impact.
Yes.
And he's now impacting others.
Yes.
That's for me. It's simple. It's
awesome.
not complicated.
Yes.
That's what life is about. That's what life is about. Each one reaching one, each one touching one, and seeing the message in an individual.
Yes.
So for me, the message is not what I say. The message is who I am. And I challenge everyone to become the message.
Be the message.
Be the message.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So as you mentioned that brother Dennis. Yes?
Dennisford Savory.
Dennis
Yes.
but Savory. For someone who's listening who feels called but maybe overwhelmed or unsure, doubtful, thinking maybe they don't have not enough resources, the call is maybe too big. How do you encourage them? What would you say to encourage them to start making their impact no matter where they are?
Everything big starts small. The vision is for an appointed time.
Yes.
The vision that you receive now is never for now, but it starts now. So start from where you are. Journey of 1,000 miles begin with one step. Start from where you are and start doing what is within your grasp and what is within your ability. And over time, not overnight. There's no overnight success. As you keep going, the law of the compound effect is going to shock you. I don't even know when I reach where I am.
Yeah.
All I know is that every day I get up and I work for God and I'm faithful. There were days we couldn't pay the rent. Can you imagine church light lock off? They cut off the electricity. We don't have no money to pay no bill. We're struggling. But how did we get here? We just keep going. And I want to challenge persons. If you, the key though, make sure you hear God.
Yes, yes.
Because you don't want to lean your ladder on a wall claiming you're going after success, realizing after 20 years that you are climbing the wrong wall. So just be clear. I heard God, and that clarity is what is going to give you endurance during your difficult season. So you just don't stop.
Yes. Keep going.
Keep going.
Yes.
And you will be shocked at what you
Yes.
become. By the way, what you become. Because the vision makes you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, again, it's working on you.
It's working on you.
Yes.
You have to become somebody else to fulfill that vision. So the vision takes you through a process.
Yes.
And it's a powerful one.
Yes.
Painful.
Yes.
but
Start where you
powerful.
are.
Yeah.
Yes. And keep going. And finally, this is my last question.
Yes.
So if you were to write a book, I know you are an author. If you were to write a book called Kingdom Impact, what do you think the 3 main chapters would be?
The first one would be vision. The next, so you need, without a vision, the people perish. You need a vision. Vision is not enough. You need obsessive passion. You need obsessive passion. You can't be curious about vision and fulfill it.
Yes. Yes.
And you need sacrifice. I'm going to tell everyone this. Jesus is not the only one who pays. We pay as well. And many persons, what they want, they're not willing to pay for. And you have to pay to go. You don't get there without paying. There's a serious price. And if you pay the price, you'll be shocked at what will happen. However, be sure you have the vision and it's not ambition.
Yes.
Then you need obsessive passion. And then you need to now sacrifice and go pay for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you need vision, obsessive passion, and
Yes.
of course, sacrifice.
Yes.
And on those 3 words, we end our chat. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. I enjoyed our chat. Thank you. I hope you did as well.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. You
Awesome.
came at me, but it was good. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
God bless you, everyone.
Absolutely. The
Thank
pleasure
you.
is mine. I know my team is excited to have you. So thanks again.